Today's stream will be about how to draw eyes. So if you have any question, just let me know in the chat. I will make sure to cover to answer all your questions about the eyes. What I noticed is many beginners, when they try to draw eyes, they focus on the shape of the eye, like they draw it as a symbol. For example, they will, if they try to draw an eye, they will make like the almond shape symbol without thinking about the overall structure of the whole eye, which make the eye look flat. The eye is actually you have to think about it in three-dimensional space, so always think about the whole eyeball. So we have the eyeball and then the iris, and the the eyelids are wrapping around this eyeball. Let me grab another color. So I usually start with identifying the angle of the eye, because they are not straight and it's different from one person to the other. So let me find a reference where the eye is looking straight. Yeah, this one is good. So in this reference right here, you can see, oh sorry, hello, now welcome. So in this reference you can see that the eye is tilted a bit, so that's what I was talking about. Yes, now today is all about eyes. So first, I think I need to move the light. First I start with the angle. So for this reference, the angle is something like this. So it's not horizontal, it's tilted a bit. And for the upper eyelid, it's wrapping around the eyeball, as I told you. So it's, if we are looking at 3/4, it will be something like this. And this is the tear duct, and and the bottom of the lower eyelid. And this area here, it shows the bottom of the top eyelid. I think I will also show you the plane of the eyes. It makes it easier to understand the whole structure of the eye. Hello, welcome to the stream. If you have any question, just let me know. I'll make sure to cover that. So after I identify the tilt of the eye, I see like how much of the iris we are seeing. So in this reference, I see that the top iris, we cannot see the full iris, so I will try to do the same thing in my drawing. It should be around here, and the bottom one or almost here, so we see the bottom of the iris. Now I will try to draw my iris, I mean like the top of the eyelid, so it's wrapping around the eyeball. I'm thinking about the whole circular shape of this eyeball. And we have the tear duct here. And then we'll draw, I think I drew this iris a little, I drew it big. I will change the size. It should be something like this here. And also each for the upper eyelid, usually we draw it thicker because we have the bottom of this top eyelid and the top of the upper eyelid, the same with the lower one, but usually it's by the light, so we don't draw both lines. So here is the bottom of the lower eyelid. And we have the top also wrapping around the eyeball. Yes, it changes depending on the color of the eye. Because if I change this eye into a grayscale, it will be a lot brighter compared to a darker eye. Welcome, Ayush. So this is the front view. I think I should bring the planes of the eyes to explain it a lot better. To understand the eye, I'll be using the Asaro's head because it's made with planes, so it will make it a lot easier. Let me just import the picture to Procreate so that I can explain it a lot faster. So let's insert the picture. So in Asaro's head you will see it looks more, you can understand the planes with the Asaro's head, and as I told you in my drawing, you see that the eye has the top of the eyelid, and we have the bottom. And usually it's simplified with the top is simplified with 3 lines, and the bottom is just 2 lines. So if I wanted to draw this to study the eye, instead of drawing it with curves like I did in this drawing, I can make it with straight lines, so it shows like the whole structure of the eye. So we'll have 1 line, second line here, and the third line. That's for the top, and the bottom will have 1 line and the second. So this is the whole structure of the eye to make it look like it's wrapping around the eyeball. And then we have some thickness for the top and also the bottom. It's not always visible, but it's good to know about this the structure. And then we draw the top of the eyelid, which also have like 3 lines, and the bottom also has 2, similar to the other bottom. So this is the structure of the eye, and these lines changes depend on where the eye is looking, because we have the iris, it pushes these lines, which will make for example the right lines will be longer than the line in the left. Yeah, understanding the structure is important, because you can when you look at a reference you will not see these lines, but if you understand how this work, you can actually simplify a real reference into just simple lines. Welcome to the stream. Oh, this is your first time? Welcome. Let me grab another, the 3/4. So as I told you in the lines changes depend on where the eye is looking. So if you compare this one, the lines, the line in the right looks smaller and the line in the left is longer. So in here you will see that the opposite, we have this line is smaller, but this one here, the middle one, is actually longer because we are looking to the side of this reference, so it's the 3/4. Let me see if I have an example in one of my previous drawings. I have it, for example, in this one. This line here is way longer than this line because we are seeing more of this side than this side. Because if you think about it in 3 dimension, so we have the eye, you start from with the eyeball, and let's make it look like a sphere. So in 3/4 it should be something like this. So we'll have, let me just draw this line like this, so it shows like it's wrapping around it. So we'll have this shape here. So the eye is just, well, we have the eyeball here, this is the iris. So in here we see more of this side than the right side. So this line will be yes, exactly, it's a sphere. It's a sphere. So we'll have this line here will be longer than the one on the right, so it should be like this, wrapping around the eyeball, of course. I drew too much lines here, so it's not clearly visible. But this line, the left line, is longer because it's stretched, because we are seeing more of the left side than the right side, compared to when we are looking at it straight. It usually will have like these 2 lines. Sometimes they are equal. Yeah, the shape of the pupil changes because when you are looking at the eye straight, the pupil is usually a full circle, but as the face is looking to the side, it changes to an oval, but it doesn't become a complete flat line because the pupil has its own volume. So in the profile view, it will look something like this. Because it has its own volume, and then we'll have the eyelid wrapping around it like this. Yeah, the pupil is tricky because we have it's not a full circle. Even in the oval side, you have to draw an oval and think about, I don't know what it's called, but like there is a cover for the iris, so it's something like this. We'll have the circle for the iris here, and then the pupil will be in the center of this this oval instead of the full one, because this area here is just the cover of the iris. Let me just look what it's called. I will use the iPad so I can show you in screen. I'm really bad with the names and stuff, so I don't remember what's the names of the anatomy of the eye. So it's like this, as I told you in this example. In this example here, the eye is the iris is always coming out of the eyeball because it has its own volume, so it's not flat. I need to find the name. Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. I will just show you how to draw it, because that's what actually matter. Welcome, Matsu. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, all art styles follow the same fundamentals, because this is how you draw the eye. So it doesn't matter what art style you are using. Let me just grab for example anime eye or some drawing from a manga or something. Let me see. Because people usually think that if they want to draw stylized, it doesn't matter if they understand the structure or not, because it seems simple to copy from, let's say, from anime. Or because in anime you can see that the eye look different from realistic eye. So let me just show you how this eye is following the exact same process. The only thing is the whole eyeball is a lot bigger, so we'll have the eyeball should be here, and then we'll find the 3 lines for the upper eyelid, 1, 2, 3, and you will see that in here it's visible that it's just 2 lines. So it's similar to what we have here in the Asaro's head for the structure of the eye. We have 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2 for the bottom. Yeah, exactly, mega eyeball. Well, that's what I was talking about. So even if you are drawing comics or manga or whatever, you should understand this structure, because it helps you. You can simplify the eye, or like for example in this example with the anime, you just make the eyeball bigger and you follow the same lines. You have 3 on top and 2 at the bottom, so it's the same principle, even if it's too big compared to a normal eye. And for the eyelashes, sometimes I just like to combine. So like for example, this line here, I make it look way thicker and then add a triangle here. So instead of just drawing lines, I try to combine 2 lines, so it's a line like this, long line, and then a smaller one, so it would look something like this. And also I'm trying to think about how the eyelid is wrapping around the eyeball, so it changes also the shape or like the direction of these eyelashes. So when I usually draw like a vertical line where the iris is located. So from the left, I will draw them. The direction of the iris will go to the left, and the opposite for the right side. And for the bottom, usually the lines are way smaller, so I will just combine them like this. And after I establish these, I call them like the forms or like the direction. I then try to add the individual lines to make it look like it's messy, because the eyelashes doesn't have a clear shape. So this is how I usually draw the eyelashes. Just one long line. It's almost like a triangle. So we have a long line and then a smaller one, but like it's a curve. So you'll have the first curve like this, and then a smaller one like this, the opposite of this line. So if I have a circle like this, I will do it like and then add some details with individual eyelashes. So it's not that hard to draw the eyelashes. Let me just see if I can find what I'm drawing. So understanding this shape, this structure can help you with drawing any type of eyes. Like for example, this one is kind of stylized. I didn't draw the eyelashes, but still the eyes still look good. And you can see here I drew like one line here, 2 lines for the bottom and 3 lines for the top, and the same for the other eye. And if you compare like with all my drawings, I follow the same structure. We have 1 line, the second and the third, so 3 lines for the upper eyelid and 2 for the bottom eyelid. Even for this, I drew this in a while from Arcane. so it follows the same structure. We have 3 lines for the upper and 2 for the lower one. And this one, I think I need to zoom a bit. This is how I apply these eyelashes in my drawing. So as you can see, the eyelashes look real, and I just combine the 2 shapes instead of just drawing individual lines. So now I will just bring more, try to find some references and draw the eyes. Let me see. I like this one. Thank you. Now okay, let's see. I will start with the eyeball. And try to find the angle for this eye, and I'll have the 3 lines for the top. And make sure to think about the eyeball and draw the lines as if the eyelid are wrapping around the whole eye. And now I'll draw the bottom eyelid, and we have the tear duct. Thank you, Ayush. Probably I should zoom to make it look bigger. So this is the structure of this eye. I will add the bottom. And the top. See you later, Ayush. And we'll have this eye connected to the nose. Should be somewhere here. And we'll have the eyebrow. So this is the structure of the eye. You don't have to add details when you are just practicing, so focus on just drawing the structure, because the details doesn't matter that much. Understanding the structure also helps with the shading, because you know that when you understand the planes of the eyes, you can just follow the planes and shade plane by plane, so it's like a puzzle. Yeah, they are just reflective lights that you can draw them like anywhere in the eye. It doesn't matter that much, because they are just a reflection of what you are seeing. Like it should be something like a perpendicular line from where you are looking at the subject. So for example, if you have a ball and you have the highlight in this area, for example, so this area is perpendicular with where the light source is to your eye. That's how the highlight works. So sometimes the highlight could be in the shadow side. I think I will just move to another reference. Probably 3/4. Yeah, this one is good. Let's see. Well, again, we'll start. Oh, I was explaining this, but it wasn't in frame. So I was saying that the highlight is always perpendicular with the where you view the light. So if we have the highlight here, and it's the point where it's perpendicular with the lights and your eye. So sometimes it can be, this highlight could be in the shadow, so it's not always in like the light family. So again, we'll start with the circle for the eyeball. I should probably use the organic charcoal for this. So this is the eyeball, and in this reference here we are not seeing the corner of the eye because it's covered with the nose, but it doesn't really matter that much because we just think about the whole eyeball even if we don't see the corner, and the nose should be let me see, it should be probably here. So I'm thinking about the whole eyelid even if it's not visible. It's not here, it should move more about here because we are seeing the corner. Yeah, something like this. So even if it's covered, I'll still draw it in this sketch to train my eye to see, even if something is not visible in a reference, I'm training my eye to trying to find it. So even if in this 3/4 we have 1, 2, 3 lines for the upper eyelid and 2 for the lower one. Yeah, exactly. It's similar. It acts the same way because the lips are wrapping around the teeth. So it's the same. If you learn how to draw the eyes, you will learn how to draw the lips as well. And what's cool about drawing is You can learn one thing and it will help you with the other thing as well. Especially if you learn how to simplify. Well, to draw a circle perfectly, you have to practice drawing circle. I always do freehand circles. Let me see if I can find them. Yeah. So this is how you draw a perfect circle. You just practice again and again and again. I always do these warm-ups every day. Think about it like playing basketball. If you wanna get good at shooting, you have to practice shooting the ball. So that's how it works. Just practice it and you will be good at it. The most important shape in drawing, well, yeah, I would say the sphere, because you will use it like everywhere. Like the whole head is a sphere, so you have the circle for the head, and then you add the jaw. So this is the head, and if you want to draw the nose also can be simplified with, like, you can start with the basic shape of the nose as a box, and then you can draw the circles here, 3 circles, the big circle, something like this, and you can make this box look like a nose using these circles as guidelines. And even the lips can be drawn with circle. I think you can see, like, you can notice when I'm drawing the portrait, I always draw a circle in this area, so it shows that the mouth is actually positioned in a circular area, so it should be something like this. And also you can draw the lips with circles. So yeah, I believe that the circle is the most important shape in drawing. But like circles and lines, because you can make shapes with lines. That's why you can see here, like, I'm drawing the circles as well as lines. So these are my warm-ups. Sometimes I draw these basic heads here as well. So it's lines and circles. If you get good at drawing lines and circles, you can draw anything. So as you can see in this eye, I started with the circle, and then with lines I drew something that looks like an eye. So instead of just drawing I don't know, like the symbol of an eye, like I told you in the beginning, I don't know what that shape is, but like I'm trying to construct the whole eye starting from the eyeball. And I'm thinking about the eyeball, even if, like in this reference, even if I cannot see this corner here, and also I cannot see the whole eyeball, I'm still thinking about the whole structure, because that will it will give me the big picture that I can simplify, which will lead to drawing something like this. That's why you will hear me like talking about the structure, and whenever someone asks me about how to improve or like get good at drawing, I always say you have to focus on the structure, because understanding the structure it will improve your drawing. Let's try this reference. I think I will draw this eye here and then try to draw a full portrait, because I don't think there are like much to cover in drawing an eye. Maybe like something I forgot to mention, when you first started you can focus on drawing one eye, but as you practice more and more, try to start drawing both eyes at the same time, because that will make you draw a lot better. the two eyes, because many artists struggle with drawing the second eye. If you draw the both eyes at the same time, you will not get that issue. So this eye is looking this way and it's a 3/4. I will start with the tear duct because it's visible. I think the angle is wrong. I have to change that. Thank you, Kimayata. There is another method to draw the eyes with, which I started to try lately, which is to draw the overall shape. But I believe in order to draw with this method, you need to first understand the whole structure of the eye. So I will try to draw it with the other method now and see how it will look. So I'm trying to think about the shape I'm looking at. So instead of seeing it as an eye, I'm thinking about just the shape. I don't care about what it is. I'm just drawing the shape I see. I believe this is the shape I'm looking at, and now I will try to use the eraser to draw it's like sculpting what I'm seeing instead of just drawing it with lines. And now we will try to add the details with the line. Hello, any anime draw? Welcome. Yes, don't worry, you can watch the replay after, and good luck with your exam. You can watch the replay anytime. You can try using graphite first, because charcoal is a lot harder to control. And don't focus on the details that much. Focus on understanding the structure. I think that's it for this eye. Let's move to the next one. Oh, well then I would say use the graphite, because it's a lot easier to control. Let's draw this one. Yeah, you're welcome. Anytime. I will try to draw it with the same technique. So I'm dropping the eyeball. I will just focus on the whole shape. Hello, welcome to the stream. This fly is driving me crazy right now. It doesn't let me focus. I don't know how it enters my room, but it's so annoying. Come on. I'm drawing this eye here. Thank you, Molichi. I'm glad you found that helpful. Right, I think that's it for this eye, and probably that's it for this stream. My shoulder starts to hurt, so I need to take a rest. Thank you guys for joining. I hope you find this stream useful, and I hope I see you in the next one. Bye.